get all the bits scraped up with the broth in it, and then pour everything into a frying pan to do this next step, which is adding the slurry and thickening it to where it's a gravy. So now the broth or the drippings is all prepared, so we don't want it to be up quite that high. Want to cut it back to where it's still simmering but not really hard, because the danger is when you thicken it, it'll burn really fast.
Okay.
So we want the heat to be out of it a little bit. So now we're ready to add the slurry. And have you ever heard of, lumpy gravy being a problem?
Right, yes.
The reason you get lumps is when you're not stirring the drippings fast enough as you're adding the slurry. Because basically then the flour just like clumps together.
Okay.
So you got to stir really fast, and and just add it slowly. So I'll show you kind of how I do it, and then I'll let you do it. I just kind of get stirring in a circular motion and just start adding it. So I've kind of thickened this pool down here. So you want to thicken this pool up here?
Sure.
Oh.
Oh, that's what you need. I don't need any glove. Crap.
It's okay. I'm going to turn it down a little bit more. As you can see, it's really, go and stir this part over here, like where it's bubbling. I don't want that to burn. Alright, I think that might be enough slurry.
So we didn't even use the whole cup.
No. Let's scrape everything down to the front, and we'll see how much gravy we got. Oh yeah. That's beautiful. Alright, so we'll cut off the heat, and at that point, gravy is done. You can get some pretty fatty gravy, so if you want, you can skim that off just by kind of going over the top of the surface of the gravy. Can you tilt the pan down like I had it earlier? And you just kind of skim off the top those little grease pools, and then put that into your grease jar that hopefully you will have in your fridge from this point on. So you just add to, and that is a sure sign of a good cook, to have a half-full grease jar at all times. Here's my grease jar. It's a spaghetti sauce jar. You see the striations. Well, I mean, I don't use this grease for anything. Some people do, but it's just a way of disposing it, because you don't want to put it down your sink.
Oh, okay. That's the importance of a grease jar.
That's the importance of the grease jars. What do you want to say about this meal now that it's all done?
I mean, I'm interested in eating it.
Good.
It was easy to do.
Can you throw them over your shoulder like a continental soldier?
Like a what?
Continental soldier. Do your ears hang high? Do your ears hang high? Do they reach you to the sky? Do they drip when they're wet? Do they stand up when they're dry? Can you signal to your neighbor with a minimum of labor? Do your ears hang high? Fancy pants, play the song that makes them dance. Play the songs that make the ladies swoon. A song for all the broken hearts. Something coming soon.
All right. Thanks, Doug.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you too. Yeah. Look up fancy pants online.
Oh, I have.
I've been
God.
looking for some
Oh,
fancy
yeah.
pants.